Nothing unsettles a woman who underestimated your value more than watching you find peace without her. Folks, when a woman fails to value you, most men respond the wrong way. They argue, they chase, they send long emotional messages. They try once again to explain their heart. They believe that if they love harder, communicate better, forgive more, and stay longer, she will eventually realize the kind of man standing in front of her. But that is exactly where your power begins to fade. My friend, at first she may not even notice your pain. She may assume you will continue waiting, continue explaining, continue tolerating mixed signals, cold behavior, and disrespect disguised as confusion. She may think your desire for her is greater than your respect for yourself. Then one day you stop. No drama, no pleading, no revenge, no angry performance. You simply stop feeding her ego, stop chasing her approval, stop over-explaining your heart, and begin choosing your peace instead. That is the moment everything changes. In this video, you will discover what truly affects a woman when she does not value you, why silence often hits harder than arguments, how reclaiming your access shifts the entire power dynamic, and why your peace can shake her more than your anger ever could. Stay with me until the end because the final lesson reveals how to walk away. Music as the blessing she failed to appreciate. Let's begin. Number 1, stop feeding her ego. Music. Let's be honest, folks, when a woman does not value you, the first thing you need to stop feeding is her ego. Not her heart, not her peace, her ego. Music. Because sometimes a woman is not keeping you around because she respects you, she is keeping you close. Music. Because your attention makes her feel powerful. That is a difficult truth, my friend. She enjoys knowing you will still respond. She enjoys knowing you will still explain yourself. She enjoys knowing you will still care even when she gives half effort. She enjoys knowing one cold message from her can make you send back a warm paragraph. And every time you do that, you feed the part of her that believes your love has no limits. Music. Take Marcus, 52, from Charlotte. He had been seeing a woman named Angela, 46, for almost a year. Angela was attractive, music intelligent and unpredictable. Some days she was warm, feminine, and affectionate. Other days she became cold, distant, music, and dismissive. Marcus kept trying to win back the warm version of her. If she pulled away, he texted more. If she became quiet, he asked what was wrong. If she spoke with attitude, he softened his tone and tried to calm things down. At first, Marcus believed he was being mature, but eventually he realized something painful. Angela had learned she could give him less while still receiving his best. That is how ego gets fed. She did not need to value his time because he kept giving it. She did not need to respect his feelings because he kept explaining them. She did not need to be consistent because he kept rewarding inconsistency with more music attention. Then one evening, Angela canceled dinner for the 3rd time with a lazy text. No apology, no genuine reason. Just, can't make it tonight. The old Marcus would have replied, it's okay, maybe another time. Music. But this time he did not. He simply answered, understood, take care. Then he stopped reaching out. Music. No speech, no anger, no dramatic goodbye. He simply stopped feeding the pattern. When Angela Music texted a few days later, like nothing had happened, Marcus did not rush to rebuild the connection. He responded later, calmly, with no extra warmth. When she tried to pull him into emotional back and forth, he did not music engage. He had finally realized that his attention was the fuel. Folks, this is where your power returns. Not when you insult her, not when you try to make her jealous, not when music you pretend not to care. Power returns when you stop giving premium energy to someone who treats you like an option. A stoic man does not reward disrespect. He recognizes the pattern clearly. If she gives confusion, he does not pay with devotion. If she gives coldness, he does not pay with pursuit. If she music gives disrespect, he does not pay with explanations. He removes the reward. That is not cruelty. That is self-respect. Music. When you stop feeding her ego, she begins feeling something unexpected. The attention she assumed was guaranteed becomes silent. The man she thought would always explain becomes still. The emotional supply she used to reach music for is no longer sitting there waiting. And that absence hits harder than your anger ever could. So stop feeding her ego with reactions. Stop feeding it with jealousy. Stop feeding it with long paragraphs. Stop feeding it with your need to be understood. Let your calm withdrawal teach what your words never could. If you are done giving attention where value is missing, write this in the comments. I stop chasing. Music. Stay with me because the next lesson reveals why silence can hit harder than every argument you music wanted to have.